Hey everyone, welcome back to the Hacker Stacker channel. A while back, I did a video comparing taking cash and holding on to it, purchasing CDs and rolling them over every year, and buying 1 ounce of silver per week for the past 40 years. What was missing from that analysis was the premiums involved, both in buying silver for that 40 years and what you might receive when you go to sell it. And I wanted to do this in a separate video. So what I did was copy the portion of that spreadsheet in that video to a new page and started to add some formulas. I made it so I could enter a number for both the percentage of spot price to purchase the silver as a premium when you purchased it, and a similar formula to calculate what you'd get as a percentage of spot for the premium when you sold your stack. I had to use percentages because I couldn't find any historical data on what the average premium was for silver over the past 40 years. I have to admit using percentages isn't going to be very accurate, but it will demonstrate the effects of adding both the buying and selling premiums to the numbers involved. Folks, I appreciate you taking the time to watch my videos, so be sure to share, like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that bell to get notifications on new content because it's your support that's going to continue to grow this channel. I will point out that for this entire exercise, I will be using the same spot price I used in the previous video, $22.66. This will make the numbers between this video and that video comparable. I'll set this up to begin with both a 0% for buying and 0% for selling premiums. You'll see the net gain of a 40-year stack is the same as the previous video. You've increased your buying power by $22,384.44. This is not the value of your stack. The value was $47,174.40. From this, you subtract your overall cost from buying silver for the past 40 years of $24,789.96. That's where the $22,384.44 comes from. Now let's see what happens when I start changing the percentage of a buying premium. This is what you're going to pay the dealer when you go to buy it. Let's make the premium you've paid over those past 40 years is 10% of the spot price of silver. Since this doesn't include getting anything over spot price for your 2,080 ounces of silver today when you sell your stack, you'll be selling it for $19,905.44 more than you paid for it originally, including that 10% premium that you've paid. Let's keep that same 10% purchase premium and put in, say, a 3% for when you sell the silver. This means you're getting 3% over spot when you sell. This brings you up to profiting $21,320.68. If we increase that 3% to 5%, you're up to $22,264.16. This is what's interesting about stacking silver. Over the long run, even if you don't get much over spot when you sell, you're still pocketing quite a tidy sum. Even if I increase the premium that you were charged to 20% when you purchased your silver and you only get spot when you sell, you are still in for a $17,426.45 increase. This seems counterintuitive when you take it at face value. You're thinking, well, wait a minute, I'm paying 20% over spot when I buy the silver and I get only spot when I sell it. How can I still increase my buying power? The answer is you need to think long-term. Stacking silver is a long-term process if you're in it for the money. And here's how it works. Take a look at what the silver spot was in 1984, $8.15. If you're paying a 20% premium, that brings your out-the-door cost to $9.78 per ounce. And remember, this was 40 years ago. Today, that same ounce of silver you bought with a Jackson is selling for $22.66, an increase of $12.88 per ounce for each of those 52 ounces you bought back in the Reagan administration. Now for a real shocker. Let's punch in a whopping 90% buyer's premium and assume you're still selling your whole stack as spot. This means for 40 years, you've been paying almost double the spot price for your silver. Now I know, you'd have to be totally crazy to do that. But just for fun, let's see how the math works out. Amazingly, you'd have enough profit to still go out and have a nice meal at a fancy restaurant. Nothing extravagant for sure, but still a nice meal. So where does all this leave us? Over the long haul, based on these 40 years of historical data, you're still making out despite paying a premium. And if you're wondering what other combinations of buy and sell premiums work out to be, here's an overall summary. Down the left side is the percentage you paid as a premium, and across the top is the percentage of spot price you receive when you sell your stack. Now, if you want to go ahead and pause the video to study it, or even take a screenshot, go right ahead. As you can see, as you go down a column, and meaning you're paying more in premium percentage-wise, your end of 40-year stack value does go down, obviously. However, as you go to the right, and you're getting a higher premium when you sell, that value increases. None of this is legal or financial advice. I'm not a CPA, I'm not a lawyer. I'm just a stacker. And I'll reiterate, this is simply an exercise. The past performance of 40 years does not guarantee similar results in the future. But hopefully this will answer your questions of how much the premium will affect your overall stack when you are playing the long game. In the meantime, stack what you like what you stack, keep on stacking, and I'll see you in the next video.